while, but just wanted to do a quick, what I think is an insightful video using a real world example. Yes, is a simulated trading account just to protect my clients' identities and such. But this is happening in the world right now today. So today is November 17th, 2022. We're going to pick on the stock of Allison Transmission. They make a lot of transmissions for diesel vehicles, especially in the commercial and military segments. Of course, that's not really important for what we're illustrating today, but it is a smaller, a lesser known company, which is actually going to be helpful, and you'll see why in a little bit. But they have a dividend coming up tomorrow, or the ex-dividend date is tomorrow. So you have to own the stock today to get the dividend, because it's the day prior. So, and that leads us to over to the option chain. And I saw something pretty interesting. And again, this, to be fair, this is my speculation, but just based on my experience and stuff, this is what I think is happening here. So, and this is not any of my clients or anything that I manage. This is just some other trader, portfolio manager, or individual out in the world, where I'm getting this from. So we can see right here that 280 contracts traded in the November, again expiring tomorrow. The dividends, ex-dividends tomorrow, and the expiry of the options are tomorrow. So we got one day there. 280 contracts traded against open interest of 447. So just kind of pausing right there, you can see that the volume, of course, is less than the open interest. So that's a little ambiguous as far as what conclusions we can draw from that. But I think you'll see. I think on when I go on to the next point, I think you'll see that that's probably going to be someone rolling a position and thus a closing position. So we go over here to the next month out in December, and we see that same 280 appears here against open interest of just 43. So because that volume is greater than the open interest, we know, at least for most of these contracts, they have to be an opening trade. And given what we know about the dividend X date and such, this is kind of what I think is going on here. So I believe that there's a trader out there that has an underlying position in Allison Transmission and is currently, or was, in a covered call position, which is extremely common. So if the person just held the call to expiration tomorrow, of course they would get exercise on the close, but why aren't they just holding it until tomorrow? Well, the answer would be that they're going to lose the dividend in all likelihood. You can never know for certain, but this is why it is in all likelihood, because if we take the bid-ask midpoint of this 40 strike, it's $3.03. We can see over here that the stock is trading 43.24. So if we add the strike price of 40 plus the midpoint of that call of 303, of course we get 43.03. Now that is trading less than the sum of those prices is less than the actual stocks are trading right now. So it's kind of an odd thing to say, but that means there's negative intrinsic value to this option. Now, it's not really an arbitrage situation because of this dividend, because of the wide bid-ask spreads and this kind of stuff. But this, all else equal, I mean, this should be, this call option is underpriced. It should be at least $3.24, right? And then you would expect some type of time premium, although with one day you wouldn't expect much time premium. But in this case, because the sum of these 43.03 is less than the stocks trading by the difference of the dividend amount, in this case it's just less all around, going back to that 21-cent dividend that I referenced earlier. But it would be economically advantageous for the long holder of that option, which may be a market maker, but any individual out there, to go ahead and early exercise to capture that dividend. Now, if you were just holding that covered call position in a portfolio, you might not realize you were exercised in whole or in part until after the close of business today or tomorrow morning, and then you'd be called out of your position. And just depending on your individual situation, whether you had a large embedded taxable gain in the underlying shares and things like this, it could put you in kind of a much worse off position. So this trader appears to be proactive and is going to go ahead and buy these 40 calls out, and then what we call rolling up and out. So going out 1 month in this case, and going up from the 40s to the 45s, and then selling that. So they're still in that covered call position. They went from November 40 covered call to December 45 covered call, but they're guaranteed to have that dividend now. I mean, the 45 strike is obviously out of the money, so you would never, under these circumstances, exercise an out of the money option to capture a dividend. So we don't even really have to think about that one there. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this real world example up to show kind of, maybe some portfolio management insight, and again, recap kind of what we talked about in a different video of, when it would be advantageous to exercise a call early in terms of dividend capture. So again, you just seeing that this contract size here and then over here, where it's greater than the open interest, knowing that that's an opening trade, and really just just kind of based on my experience and stuff, I'm almost guaranteeing this is what's going on. But so this will be a closing trade because it'll be a roll, and just trying to protect those underlying shares, so the holder of those shares continues to own them and captures that dividend. So yeah, if you guys have any questions related to any of this, or some other option related topic you'd like me to cover, just please put them in the comments section down below. I really appreciate ideas. I'm really just trying to help and educate, and hopefully I've done that today. So with that, just everybody stay safe and enjoy the upcoming Thanksgiving. All right, take care.